February marks Black History Month in Canada and in the United States. During this month, many organizations and companies honor notable Black Canadians or celebrate Black, Caribbean, and African food, art, and/or culture. These acknowledgements are an important way to celebrate and spread awareness about some great aspects of Black history and culture. However, they are not enough. We must also recognize the history of slavery in Canada and many other discriminatory laws and practices faced by Black Canadians. These too are a part of our history. Black History Month provides us with an opportunity to educate ourselves on the real history of Black people in Canada. It is also a great time to learn how to recognize and address anti-Black racism and create opportunities to support the success of Black Canadians. This year, as we celebrate and honor Black heritage, we reached out to some local members of our Hamilton community to see if they would share a message or some advice. Here is what they said.
Hello, students of secondary school and of life. My name is Lohifa Pogasin Aka. I'm a hairstylist here in this wonderful city of Hamilton, Ontario. I love Hamilton very much. I also love hairstyling very, very much. I'm here to share some thoughts on Black History Month. It is ironic that I am making this video on the last day of Black History Month, but I think it is important that we continue to embrace Black history and share Black history throughout the year. One of the things that I love to do every Black History Month is to learn one new thing in Black history, one new story, one new lesson, one new achievement, something that I can add to my knowledge base on Black history. And I want to encourage everyone else to do the same. We all know that over the years there has been deliberate erasure of Black history, so it is our duty to dig up those stories and to embrace them and to share them. So make sure throughout Black History Month in February, but also throughout the year and throughout your lives, you're embracing these stories and sharing them. We must learn, we must love, we must share, and we must grow together. Happy Black History Month and have a great school year ahead.
Hello, HWDSB students, staff, and community. My name is Josh Taylor. I am a dancer, choreographer, an artist educator, and a business owner. I am joining you from Defining Movement Dance, Hamilton's hip-hop and street dance studio. And I'm super pumped that you guys are taking the time to celebrate Black History Month. It's an important month because so often the histories and stories and experiences of people of color and other marginalized groups are not acknowledged, not given the same amount of time, and not valued the same as others. So it's really important that we take the time to acknowledge it and get a better understanding and appreciation for that history and how it is our history. I personally enjoy and benefit from Black history in my skin, but also in what I do. I run a hip-hop and street dance studio. Hip-hop culture came from Black Americans, as well as Latin Americans. And I benefit from it every day in my present from their history, and my students and my community benefits from it, and I hope their future continues to benefit from it. So being a hip-hop guy, a hip-hop geek, there's a couple things I just want to share with you, being Black History Month and how that connects to me. There's an ideal in hip-hop when it started, and it still stands true to this day. And that ideal is peace, love, unity, and having fun. Of those four things, the most important for me when you think about them and bring them all together is love. Biggie said it, spread love. It's the Brooklyn way he said it in his first song, Juice said it. And love is not a passive thing, it's an active thing. And if we love our community, if we love our family, if we love our school, if we love our country, if we love our world, we shouldn't be passive and watch injustice happen, as small as it may be. And so I ask you to look into the idea of anti-racism and how you can bring that into your everyday life. Because if we want a more equitable and more equal society, if we want a better future for everyone, if we want to be able to have peace, love, unity, and having fun, if we want to be able to have fun together, we need to work together, and we need to actively fight against injustice and oppression and unfair policies. So I ask you to check that out and look into it and find ways that you can do that in your everyday life, and how can you change the spaces around you today, tomorrow, next year, in your future. How can you make those spaces more equitable, more equal? Look around the spaces that you occupy and ask yourself, who isn't here? Who isn't represented here? And are they having a hard time getting to where I am? Is there a way for me to help break down barriers so that it is more equitable, so it is more equal in terms of opportunity for those who aren't here to be here? So that's my 2 cents, maybe 10 cents. So when you take the time to celebrate this month and look and listen to stories of Black joy, as well as the trauma, to examine and read and listen about the stories of achievement and accomplishment and perseverance through adversity. Keep in mind, how can we make things better? How can we keep making things better? And for me, that is spreading love. So I ask you, spread love. It's the Hamilton way. Have a wonderful Black History Month, and keep doing what you're doing. Peace.
Hi everyone, my name is Jamila B. I'm a pop R&B artist based out of Hamilton, and I was asked, what would I tell my younger self as a person of color? And I think a message I would like to tell her, and probably all of you, is do not let the skin you're in be a limit of what you think you can do. And what I mean by that is I would have negative thoughts that, you know, some people wouldn't want to be around me, or that I wasn't able to get opportunities because of what I look like. And that was far from the truth. And I wish I had the confidence to know that I wasn't limited to just only certain, you know, school subjects or career paths anyway. So I would just tell you, if there's something you're interested in, this is the time to explore and learn, get the guidance that you need, and find out what you need to do to get there. And just know, maybe you may not have seen certain career paths taken in your family. That's okay to be the first, and just go hard and just be confident. And it's not easy just to be confident. So just take the steps by letting yourself know that you are worthy of obtaining whatever you want and whatever you desire. And that, you know, maybe there will be people who may not care for you, but that's okay. As long as you have the work ethic, that's what matters. And it's really important. The baby steps you do in school now is what's going to help you further. So just stay open to that and continue just figuring out what you want to do and talk. And this is the time. If you want to learn, take auto, I don't know if that's available in your school, but take those classes and talk to your teachers after too, and let them know so they can help you. That's why they're there. Looking forward to all of your journeys.
Hi guys, my name is Max Francis. I'm the owner of a company right here in Hamilton, Ontario called True Hamiltonian. I've also been the co-host of the Hamilton Tiger Cats for the last 3 years. And in my spare time, I do a lot of acting. I've been in a couple of movies, a bunch of TV shows, and way too many commercials to name. That's part of the reason I'm here to talk to you guys today. You guys might think, okay, how do I do cool stuff like that? Or maybe you don't want to do stuff like that. You want to do something else. What I wanted to talk about was failure. I think a lot of people are afraid to try things because they think, okay, I'm going to look silly, or I don't know what I'm doing, or there's no one to help me. And those are not obstacles. The key to anything you do is failure. You're going to fail learning how to do things. It's just a natural progression. It's going to happen. So the key is to get out there, and whatever it is you want to do, go and try it. That's the only way you learn. That's how everyone learns to do whatever it is they're doing, is through failure. Fail, fail, fail again until eventually you get your footing and you figure it out. I like to believe that the best life you can possibly build is built on failure. All those failures pile up, and you learn from each failure, and you grow from each failure, and you become successful from those failures because you've learned. A lot of those failures will actually open new doors and new opportunities for you that you may never have even thought of when you started the journey, or whatever journey it is that you're going on. So my key words to you guys is failure. Don't be afraid to fail. Do not be afraid to try things. Just get out there and keep trying, keep failing, and one day you're going to have the best life you could possibly hope for. And it all started with trying, and it all started with failing. Don't be afraid to fail. And one of my favorite phases is fail forward. So all that means is keep failing forward, keep trying, keep failing until you end up exactly where you want to be. Don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to fail. Good luck to everybody.
Hello, my name is FERREIRA from Bar SAZERAC in Hamilton, Ontario. The reason that Black History Month is important to me is that 5 years ago, I got married. My wife is Irish and Canadian, and in this case, she is white. Interracial marriage has never been a problem in Canada, at the very least a legal problem. But it was illegal up until 1967 to be in an interracial marriage in the United States. The landmark case of Loving v. Virginia, Mildred and Richard Loving wanted to get married, and they had to take their case all the way to the Supreme Court. If we don't have Black History Month to remind us of these times and see how far we've come, we won't be able to see how far we still have to go. I always bring this up in conversations to remind people that racism and these sorts of events are not that old. 1967 is not that far in the past. My father was born in 1961. My mother was born in 1962. My wife's parents are of a similar age. These things happened in our parents' lifetime, much less some distant memory that everyone wants to believe these events took place. So it is important for us to have these times this month to remind us of all the things that we've done, to remind us that we have a long way to go still, and hopefully we can also educate other people about it as well. So thank you very much for having me. See you soon. Bye.
Do not let the skin you're in be a limit of what you think you can do.
Fail, fail, fail again until eventually you get your footing and you figure it out.
We must learn, we must love, we must share, and we must grow together.
Love is not a passive thing, it is an active thing.
It is important for us to have these times this month to remind us of all the things that we've done, that we have a long way to go still.
Keep in mind, how can we make things better? How can we keep making things better? And for me, that is spreading love. So I ask you, spread love. It's the Hamilton way.
Moving beyond February, what can we do next? Explore Black history in Canada and around the world. Read books by Black authors and scholars. Learn. Commit to expand your knowledge of Black history and anti-Black racism beyond the month of February. Challenge and unlearn your own biases and beliefs. Acknowledge the reality of anti-Black racism and work to disrupt it whenever you can. It is time to work towards an end to anti-Black racism and an equitable future for all Canadians. What will you commit to beyond this February? The information presented in this video was inspired by Reimagining Black History, an equity-informed by approach by the Kojo Institute. Thank you to our community partners, Lohifa Pogusin-Acker, Josh Taylor, Jamila B., Max Francis, and Cal Ferreira.